successful. Successful isn't a thing that you achieve and you just got it. Like you have to maintain it. You know what I mean? It's like a popularity. You don't just get it and you're there. You have to maintain it. You have to nurture it. You have to do things, right? And so I was just pretty much, I like to reflect on myself and what happened for me. And then I never have an answer. And I don't know if I do now, but I do know that if I were to give advice to someone that's like, hey, I'm just kind of stuck and I'm down. Like, what do I do to get out of this place? You almost said it exactly. Well, earlier you touched on it real quick, which is you got to have a goal and you have to have a purpose and you have to want something more than you want the thing you're doing now. And if it's, let's say it is drugs and you're using meth. If someone using meth asks, like, how do I get off this? You got to want something more than you want meth. I'm not saying to get rid of that. I think people make the mistake and they go, you just stop doing it. That's all you got to do, bro. Just stop.
Yeah, it's that easy. Just like
if you just stop doing it. Like, all right, we fucking know, dude. Like, what are the, that's how they feel. And so I never tell them that. I'm like, dude, like, that's part of you. You're always going to be dealing with that. Put that on the back burner real quick because it's not going to go away. What do you want more than that? Literally in the moment where you go, hey, and let's use something a little bit more common like alcohol. Someone that's trying to get over using alcohol. What do I do? I'm like craving a drink. Well, what do you want? Nothing? Just the alcohol? Well, you're going to go find alcohol eventually. Maybe I give you some cool reason to not drink alcohol right now. But you're probably going to get it tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, whenever it's convenient. So if you're really thinking long term, want something more than alcohol. What do I enjoy? You know what I mean? What maybe it's maybe I join an MMA gym and I find really good pride in jiu-jitsu and I now want to do jiu-jitsu and it's really hard to do jiu-jitsu when I'm wasted. So now I want this more than I want to get wasted and so I'm going to put my alcohol on the side and prioritize this. Maybe it still exists. Maybe I get wasted on the weekends. But I now have this thing that I want more than I want drinking. That's how it starts. And it could be anything, whatever, whether it's a substance, whether it's a terrible like habit that you have, it's gambling, maybe it's dating multiple women, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you're trying to change and you're like, what do I do to get over this thing? Find something you want more. One of my friends told me this one time. It's what made me think of this. We were both going through breakups and I was really into this girl and she had broke my heart. And I'm like, fuck her. Like, you know what I mean? But I was, you know when we do that as guys, like, like if she called, like, it'd be nice if she checked it. You know? I was in that phase. And then my buddy was in the same phase, like, fuck her, like to his girl. He called me one day and he's like, dude, I figured out how to get over, and he said her name, which I won't. And I was like, what is it? He's all, you find someone cooler. Like, you know what I mean? And he's talked about some new girl he met. And at the time, I'm like, dude, that's so genius. And then I realized later on when I grew up, like, well, he's just repeating the same pattern. But his idea was right. He was, I started, because that's just the way my mind works, right? The same thing with the math stuff I'm talking about. I was like, well, what is he saying? Because he did feel better. I saw him, like, energetically, he came out and he's like, dude, I'm good. Like, I can love again and, like, my life's good. And, like, what made him feel that way? He liked something, in this case, a person, more than he liked the other person. And so I thought, like, well, the concept is right. I don't think you should do that. Like, what if you start finding something you love more? You know what I mean? And doing that. And if you can make that thing about you, that's even better. Or if you have kids, if you're someone out there who's like, I can't find anyone that loves me, and you have kids, I guarantee you, there's at least, if you have one kid, one person loves you. If you have two kids, two people love you. And if they don't, then your job is to love them. So I hate that. It's like, all right, if you focus on being a parent to those kids, other people will see that and you'll become attracted to them. You know what I mean? Find those things that you like more, and the other things will just happen. So you can really apply that to almost anything.
I like that advice. I like that when you say, like, how do you do better? We'll find something that you want more. So I'm gonna take that because I really like that. I'm gonna take that and use it on my life as far as like just the way I want to.
Just let me know how it goes.
Just the way I want to do.
It crashes the birds. I'm sorry.
I might pull up with a Lambo tomorrow. It's like, fuck.
It worked, man. Turns out I want Lambos.
Fuck. I just got a Lambo. I can't fucking
I thought I wanted Civics.
I can't pay it though. Why you told me to get more? They took my house.
You ruined my life, Will Palmer.
The fucking
Talk It Up podcast ruined my life.
No, but honestly, man, it's a good advice, honestly, to just give people, like, they're struggling, like, finding a way to just do better. It's like, what do you want more than what you're doing now? I want that brand new truck. It's like, well, work hard for it, mother. You know? Like,
or take the step to figuring out what you want more is to do something different. We talked about that earlier. If you're going to the same places, you're going to feel the same way. Go to a different place that you've never been to before. When you go to, it could be something stupid like a restaurant. If you're single and you're going to Taco Bell, don't go to the drive-thru, park, and walk inside. Because you might meet someone on the way inside. Right. You're not going to have any interaction that way. You're in your stupid little car. You're going to go home to your stupid little place, play your thing by yourself, whatever you're doing.
What thing he's playing with?
His penis. No, I'm just kidding. Video games that I was thinking of. But probably his penis too. Yeah. But no, that's their life. They live in a bubble. And it's like, dude, go experience stuff. And it starts off small. When you go to Walmart, when you're driving, I hate when people do this. They wait for the person to pull out. Right. Or they drive around forever. Park far and walk inside, man. You get exercise, your blood starts flowing. By the time you get into the Walmart, maybe you run into someone and you're feeling good about yourself because you just like do something different. Maybe you don't do whatever it is. It could be something small, something large. Doesn't matter. If you're poor, you can do it, and if you're rich, you can do it.
Absolutely.
Do something different. Figure it out. If those things aren't cool, then do something different again.
I like that, man. I like that 100%. I'm gonna take it.
Boom.
I'm gonna take it. Let's see where it takes me.
I gotta take my own advice sometimes, man. Because I truly believe that, and that's how I've gotten over stuff. People always ask when they ask me that, like that's my one advice that I give now. For the longest time, I wouldn't say anything because I was scared I was gonna fuck people over. But I feel confident saying that because you can really apply it how you want. But that's how I am, man. And trust me, there's never ever a time where you're just like everything's great. There's something's gonna pop up. The more healthier you feel, people like when they think of how they think of diet, where you have a mental diet, the shit you watch on your Facebook, online, movies, all that stuff. If you have a terrible mental diet, you're gonna go out and you're gonna perform badly in conversations and stuff. So if you want to be something good, then go watch things that inspire you to be that thing, man. And just open your mind up, try new things, and I don't know, man. I like to think that'll happen.
Yeah. No, I really do like that. I'm gonna even tell Jen tonight as soon as I get home.
Don't even tell her like you got to watch the podcast when it comes out. No, you can tell.
Even better, yeah. I'm like I want more. Put them past them.
That's funny, man. Oh man, no, it's I feel like I'm at this stage in my life, and I'll tell you about something that came up again today in counseling, which I think, by the way, everyone should do. I hate that this weird stigma about counseling. When someone says they're going to counseling, it's like, well, something's wrong with them. That's just not true. I think everyone should go to counseling, even if you're doing good, because what's wrong with reflecting with someone that isn't going to judge you? And maybe they do judge you. I'm sure they do sometimes. At least you're not going to know about it. If you're spilling all your stuff to the person in your relationship, or your mom, or your dad, or your brother, whoever it is for whoever's listening, it becomes a lot and is biased. So I would encourage everyone to see a counselor, specifically someone you don't know. It'd be weird if you went to a counselor you knew personally, but just talk to someone. So in mine, I was talking about I talked to you a little bit about it earlier, but just understanding why I do the things I do, and I think I started realizing that there is a balance to like all this stuff. I think so. I think I tend to want more a lot, but I think I see the best in people. These are all good things, right? But they're a burden, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like those are things you want to like maybe teach your kids. These are all good things, right? You want to work hard, you want to like care about the stuff. But I also want to point out that those things can be a burden. They can be something that's bringing you down. And so I like to reflect and try to figure out what I'm doing wrong and what I can do better, and what I should just be okay with. Yeah. And I think there's times in my life where and I've said this recently, I truly feel this way, that I'm at a place in my life where I'm like the happiest I've ever been, but it's not the happiest I'm gonna be. Right. Like there's a bigger happiness. Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm comfortable with where I'm at, but I know it's gonna be bigger. And so like that brings me some sort of peace.
And